You must die. I alone am best.
All right, episode 5.
5-star.
Clarification.
Hi. Why don't you? Wait,
That's Tom.
Yeah, that's me. It's Tom. I'm still here.
I'm still Matt. And this is Dan.
Good morning.
You didn't even say anything. You.
Well, yeah, whatever.
I'm texting.
We just freaking started.
I know. Hi, Chrissy. I'm texting you right now. You'll hear this later.
What? Why are
It's
you?
like text inception.
Why?
Anyways, yeah, man. Welcome, buddy.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun.
First time listener. First time on the show.
He hasn't listened to
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
So I've got one positive here. I'm getting this as a live interaction from my first experience, so it's gonna be awesome.
We just have to invite all 1,000 people that we want to listen to it here personally.
Yeah, we just we definitely need more viewers or listeners,
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
Do you have a Facebook?
I do.
Did you like the clarification page or
I
no?
did.
Did you?
But yet he hasn't. He doesn't even know what it is.
Hey,
So
okay, I'm
he
not
was
gonna
like,
lie.
"Hey, my friend said like it. Okay."
Well, did you both see how I failed miserably on trying to giving away a shirt, having a contest?
No, I didn't even see that.
Oh,
Oh, it was horrible.
What was the contest?
I posted an image, and it was an image of the Geico lizard. What's the whore's name from Progressive?
Flow.
Yes, Flo, because she's having a heavy flow day. Flo and the Aflac duck. The Aflac duck has his head going in through the window, and the Geico lizard's doing Flo doggy style. And the duck has a word bubble that's empty. Flo has a word bubble that's empty. And all I did was ask, like, whoever makes the funniest comments, phrases in the word bubbles, and likes the clarification page will win a T-shirt. Nobody was interested.
What was the time frame?
I gave like the weekend, I think.
This weekend?
Yeah, I gave like 2 days.
So I could still enter.
You could, but you have like 2 shirts. I already I got so mad I declared myself the winner. I put a comment underneath.
all right. So the one thing I will say is with Facebook, you've gotta like do the engagement type
Facebook.
stuff.
I promoted. I paid money to promote that ad,
Which
and they,
failed miserably.
yeah, they said that they would get back to me, let me know if it was approved. They never got back to me, so I assume it wasn't approved because I got me and Matt in trouble already. They like sent us a warning saying that I was too perverted.
I wasn't even aware of that either.
Yeah, it was on
That's
the.
like, why aren't we on Facebook anymore?
They gave us a warning. They gave us like a saying, "Hey, you need to chill out with your ads. They're pretty disgusting."
Really?
Well, not so many words. They
But
just
pretty much.
they did an ad halfway. They promoted it. It was a $20 ad. They promoted it up to like $15, and then realized that it was not to their standards. Yeah, and
standards
they
of
stopped it.
Facebook.
And they stopped it. So, which is crazy because have you guys come up on the Facebook pages that are just straight up nudity?
No.
No, actually, I haven't seen any.
Dude,
of
there's a lot. Like that you can like, oh, I like big booty page, and you just see asses all day long. Somehow that's okay.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, even Playboy has their own, but what they show on their like images are really basic. And then when you get to the actual web page, it's really, really heavy duty. And you're like, oh, okay,
No, but why do they get away with it?
because they got a lot more money.
But that doesn't. I understand now. I see how it is. We are supposed to be talking about work today, about as a topic, but I don't know if we're gonna get to that.
Well, we could. Dan has plenty of experiences.
I know. No, I just thought Dan's the man. Obviously, he's never heard that before. But no, he was a cool dude. So I think we'd be talking about bullshit and never get to it.
Oh, bullshit.
Cause
That would probably get us more viewers.
Well, I didn't announce it. I think I wrote it down here on my paper. I would think I've been bitching for like the past, not bitching, but keep saying that we're going to get T-shirts. Obviously, we have T-shirts. Dan can see Matt's wearing one.
Which t-shirts are really cool, actually.
They're pretty cool. I like the way they came out because
I like the design.
yes, the design is good. It is very.
No, so we just need to get
Matt
some
played a
people
hand
to
in that.
follow them.
Well, I tried to give one away. Actually, too, I'm going to text a buddy of mine named Jasmine because she was asking for a T-shirt. Not asking, but she deserves a T-shirt because she actually listens. And so I'm going to tell her that I'm going to send her a text now saying that she can have one.
Sexy and I know it.
Oh, shit.
This is what you need to play while you're taking the photos.
That's
I'm
oh
sexy and I
yeah,
know
that
it.
too. Well, no. This is somebody else.
Oh.
Jasmine is sexy, but no, somebody else. I was supposed to take photos, Dan. I got some lovely ladies to model the T-shirts, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I was sitting on the couch, and then she texts me. She's like, "Oh, hey, do you want to take those pictures this weekend?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, let me call my buddy up real quick, make sure, because he has the camera and all the stuff that we need. Let me see if he can bring it." And I called this.
have failed this city.
And I did. I failed pretty bad because I told Matt, like, "Get this stuff ready. I gotta do this now." And I wasn't in the mood to do it. She called me. Matt gave me all the stuff. She canceled on me.
So I'm just saying, you weren't in the mood to take photos of somebody modeling.
Not really. I don't know. Because I've never been in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been like, "Oh, yeah, baby, push your tits out, open your cheeks, and push."
That sounds pretty accurate.
Well, unless we're like, how do you pronounce it? Dan will know. Mid-coitus? Coitus. Yes, when you're in the act of lovemaking, yes, I can say those things. But taking pictures, it's a little odd. I have to be French, don't I? And wear like a beret and have a cigarette. Yes.
But also, voice tone plays into that, and then you're like, "Yes, please spread the cheeks."
Yeah. So I didn't. And then too, I wasn't. But I was gonna do it. I was like, "Let's do it," and she canceled on me. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out later.
Maybe you need reliable girls.
Well, no. Well, I mean, you get reliable girls aren't the kind that you can get to take pictures for you.
Oh, well, that's true.
Those are called women. I'm dealing with. Oh, wait, they were of age, but they were girls.
Yeah, I was gonna say girls. Like, what age is that one?
But no, but yeah, we got the shirts. If anyone's interested, wants one or wants to buy one, I guess, I don't know. Well, just contact me or hit up Clairifaction. You can leave us a message, but I'm sure nobody wants one. My dad bought one.
Before we even made them.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. I guess.
Your dad's working at home right now, going, "Oh yeah."
He's gonna listen to this and then he's gonna be like, "I liked it up until the part
There.
you thanked me." You guessed.
Well, this is what I want to do. This is my segue. I wanted to talk about my father, and then I wanted to ask you guys a question.
Do it.
So I was just talking about my dad, and I wanted to ask you guys, what was the first idea that you had, what you felt in your heart, and what you thought in your head the first time you saw a vagina, the first time you saw a pussy? How did you? Hi, Dad.
So
no, go ahead, Dan.
No.
Go ahead. Go. Just
I was
tell
just gonna
me.
say clarification on that.
Yeah.
Are we talking visual as in life?
Well, it matters.
Or
Doesn't matter.
first encounter.
No, you can tell me both. You can tell me when you first saw it on a video or a magazine, or you can tell me when you tell me both. Tell me when you first saw like a real one.
No, okay. Well,
Don't count your birth.
But what
Don't
I'm
count your
wondering is, are you talking about actual visual confirmation?
Yeah, like you saw, you saw it for the first.
That was the
And don't. Oh, like touching?
Yeah.
No, not talking
interaction
touching.
or just visual?
No, like you saw it for the first time. Because it don't count. Like if you took a shower with your cousin when you were 2.
What the what?
You never did that?
What?
Okay, that just may be like
Maybe
my
Hispanic people?
family. Yeah, my mom's side of the family. It was like, okay,
Yeah.
he just noticed something new out of the tub.
No. Okay, this is not weird at all, Matthew. You
look on
would.
Matt's
You
face
would.
is priceless.
Or okay, let me give it to you this way. I changed some diapers before I was with a lady, and it wasn't sexual whatsoever. But that
No,
doesn't
that
count
Okay.
because it's like, oh, I gotta
The
clean
first
this.
excitement.
Yes.
In a
Well,
sexual experience.
yeah.
So whether it's like pornography or anything like that.
Yeah, because it doesn't count. Like changing a diaper doesn't count that unless you're a fucking weirdo. And I'm a weirdo, but I'm not that bad. So you guys go at it. Tell me the first time you saw that filthy pussy.
All right, I'll jump in
Hold
here.
hold on. The first time you saw it was dirty?
The first time, I'm pretty sure the first time I saw it, it was in a magazine because we're old. Well, I'll
And
speak for myself. I'm old.
And it was dirty?
It was obviously.
He's not that far behind us.
Okay. Well, I'm 32, sir. We mentioned it several times, and so is Matt. I'm actually the eldest person here. So
He's the elder.
I'm the youngest at 29.
let me tell you boys about pussy.
Okay, Bill Cosby.
Well, no, it was in a magazine, and of course, if a woman's in a magazine, I'm not trying to judge her. Obviously, she's a promiscuous woman or just crazy, or she's got something going on. So it was one of the vaginas that had been used. You could its purpose.
It was well worn.
Yeah, it was like a good old glove, worn out glove. So it was
It was shaped to your hand.
Was that the vagina sound?
No, I actually don't know what that was.
Anyways,
I was more looking for.
Not at the table, Carlos.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the table, and I'm
Oh.
gonna continue.
Well, okay.
No, it was in a magazine, and it was the kind of vagina that had lips. Like all of them have lips, but it was like a lot. So
Are you talking about like what would generally be known as beef curtains?
that or like an enchilada plate.
Okay.
So,
Did you get hungry?
No, I looked at. I wish I was.
They're like, just put some cheese on that.
I want to say it probably was already cheese. I want to say shit.
You
I
wanna
don't
say
know.
shit?
Maybe I was 9. Maybe I was 10 or 11, 9, something like that. But I saw it and I was like, really? Like that was my response. Really? I was like, are you sure? And I like looked over my shoulder. I'm like, are you guys? Is that real? I was like, I was like, oh my god! Like this woman's been shot. Help her!
What's going on?
I was all of I was all of a sudden in war. I was like, medic! I was like,
Pat it down.
Yeah, that's cause like, is she okay? I thought it was. I was like, it threw me off guard. Like I wasn't disgusted or anything. I just didn't expect that.
There wasn't even a button for you for that one.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, there was.
Go for it. There you go. Wow, I didn't even know that existed. Right? It was. Yeah, I was shocked, and I was just like, "Is this woman? This woman's in dire need of some medical attention." That's what I thought. And then later, but then when I hit puberty, I was like, "Oh my god, sign me up for some of that." So it was totally different. So it was. That's the way I felt. How did you fellas feel?
I'll go next.
Yeah, go for it.
For me, it was one of those weird situations. So I grew up with a lot of female cousins, just spending all the time with, like at my grandma's house, stuff like that. Just so, like you said, you take the shower, or the bath when you're a little kid. So
Yeah.
for me, the female body was just like, all right, cool, that's just what's there.
Yeah.
But the first time that I ever saw something like different was I had a friend, Gabriel. He actually, what's a good way to put it? He comes over one day and he's like, hey, check this out. And he shows it to me. I'm maybe like 7 or 8. He's like, look at this. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I'm like, I know they're in sexual positions. Therefore, this must turn me on.
It was a
This is
magazine?
awesome. Yeah. It was,
Oh, okay.
It was like a Playboy or
I
something.
think
like
was he showing you his dick? What are you talking
He
about?
whipped it out and he's like, this is a vagina.
Do you know what magazine it was?
It was like one of those like off-brand Playboys, like the ones that are like little tiny ones. I don't know. It was weird.
Was it
but-
like a penthouse forum, like where they tell stories?
Well, it wasn't the stories. It had the photos, but it was like a tiny little book, like something you'd have like a journal size, but there's little pictures in it. I don't know if somebody gave it to them. They'd had it for this long period of time.
Yeah.
But it did look used. So here I am, like 7 or 8, looking at this going, well, I understand this is sexual.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the concept behind this.
Were you like, who laminated it? He's like, it wasn't laminated. It just has a DNA coating.
It's nice and smooth. Though. Protein. But one of the things is I looked at it, I'm like, all right, cool. And then I was like, well, now my mission is that what it really looks like in real life? Or is that like CG effects? Because I was watching movies.
What?
So
What year is this?
I was like 7 or 8. I was like, okay, this is like in movies and
This
stuff.
is the 90s, though, right?
Yeah. But still, it didn't matter. Okay, let me take that back. Not CG. Let's
Did you think it was like, was
Like
it
makeup
Fangoria? Those, is it that magazine, the horror magazine? That you're looking at The
look this-
Exorcist?
that's not a vagina. That's the throat. There's a little slit in it there. Somebody cut their neck.
So you were but my point is, you were like surprised, right?
Yeah.
You're like, this really?
I was like, whoa, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that. And I guess the other weird part about this was in my with my dad, he was really like scientific. So he's like, well, here's all this stuff about human anatomy when I was younger. So
Yeah.
we never had the talk. or
I
anything like that.
didn't.
Yeah, it was just kind of
Nah.
like, all right, that's
Who
cool.
who really had the talk? I never had the
No,
talk.
I'm
I've heard
glad.
stories,
I'm
but-
glad we didn't.
You know what did it? TV shows. That's what did the talk for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I lucked out. See, where I really can
Nature
remember
takes its course.
The big stuff for my youth was we got the internet early on because my dad worked for an Air Force base.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, yeah, just log in here. And I was like, let's search for fun things. And I was like, boobs. So I will say straight up, I was always looking for boobs. If the
Yeah.
vagina showed up, I was happy.
Well,
It was like a fun little prize.
we've said before, I'm an ass man. Matt likes the legs. How about yourself?
I'm a boob man.
There you go. That's
I just want the
obvious.
boobs.
Well, we can just build a woman.
There
right
you
here.
go. All
That would be the most
together.
awkward-looking woman ever.
Have you guys
We
ever?
need a face man. I don't know.
It's called Frankenhooker. Have you guys seen that movie?
I'm not.
No.
I think I've never seen it either. I've seen trailers, but the premise is like a guy makes out of parts of hookers, he makes like a perfect woman and makes a Frankenhooker.
Why would you use a hooker?
Well, because no one's gonna care if they're missing, Matt. That's why.
Okay.
So yeah, so we got boobs, we got legs, we got an ass. I mean, we just need like one. We need like a pussy and a mouth, and we're good to go.
Or some. You gotta look for that.
No one
guy
mentioned a heart or a
with
brain.
his hands.
No one did. Yeah, no, that you should have said that. You should have been like, oh, I love her heart, her feelings, and you didn't say that. You're a horrible person.
I like eyeballs. I like eyes.
Eyes,
But
really?
For me, really, it's,
I love their
it's
eyes
the
when they're on
breasts.
my package. When they're looking at my dick, I can't digest.
Here, pull them out. Let me see them.
I know I have them when they're looking at it.
That's the best eye contact ever.
I'm just like, just stare at it, baby. Don't even say anything. Just look at it. But okay, what about
I'm done. I'm done. There we go.
what about you, Matt? Come on, Matt. You gotta join in.
Well, you never believe me on anything I tell you.
It's true.
So I would say I was probably 18.
What? Get out of here.
I was 18.
This guy's full of shit.
Nope. 18.
18. Was this like when you lost your virginity, or was it?
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
It was all
I'm
in one
sorry,
fluid
I'm not held to
motion.
the same standards. as
No,
you.
no, I'm not judging you on your age. I lost my virginity when I was 18, but no, come on, man. This guy claims he's never looked at pornography.
I don't watch porn.
I-
It doesn't interest me.
I'm not saying that you watch it and you hoard it and you look at it every day, but you just come upon it
You're
someday.
describing yourself.
You've never walked into a friend's house and they just have it on because they're insane.
No.
You're using somebody's computer and
Exact-
you accidentally
pop
click
up.
in the wrong folder
Yeah.
and hey, look, Girls Gone Wild is right next to StarCraft. and
One
let's go
time I
watch
was
it.
walking home from middle school and there was a box of pornography by the trash can.
That's because you live in Albuquerque.
It's because I lived in the war zone.
The
That's
walls.
why.
So,
But see, okay, I believe you. You have no reason to lie. Like that, you're not getting anything out of that statement. Like there's nothing to gain from you from that statement. So why would you lie? But I just find it hard to believe.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the first time I can honestly say I got to something more fun earlier than you guys. I was like 17.
No, well,
You're like, okay, truly I was 13, but
I mean, it wasn't. The circumstances were weird, but I mean, after that, it was an old Pandora's box. I was a filthy, disgusting bastard.
what do you mean was?
Is from there on out.
Yeah, okay.
So it's when you. What did you say? Did you just go okay? You're just like, all right, well, let's put my
Said-
face there.
I'm in.
Literally. Success.
She was older than me too.
Well, no, that's better. That's.
So
I mean, that's.
she has the experience.
she.
I think it
did-
usually is that way too, isn't it? I think so. Well, I would say, guys, I don't want to judge you guys out, but I'm pretty nerdy. You know, I think we established that I like comics and
I was-
shit like that.
I'm pretty nerdy. I
Yeah.
consider myself nerdy.
I
mean, look
geeky
at
nerdy,
this.
but it works.
Well, no, yeah. Well, we're doing like maybe we're talking to nobody because we have no one to talk to.
But it doesn't matter. We're talking to
This-
ourselves.
There you go.
Is our life.
You guys, it does. I bet you, maybe I'm sitting in this room by myself and I'm talking to myself. And you guys are two people in my head.
Yeah, you're just doing two different voices.
No, Deadpool.
So what do you think about that, Tom? Oh, I think it's pretty good.
The comic book Deadpool is like that. He talks to himself a lot.
They're making a Deadpool movie, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I saw there was an image. Ryan Reynolds took a picture of his chair, which said Deadpool, and it had
Yes,
the
I-
logo.
I
And he tweeted that
I
out.
don't know. I saw some chick who she's supposed to be
Like-
someone.
Yeah, they've actually been releasing
Dynamo?
a lot of the actors
Who?
and actresses.
Is she gonna play Dynamo? Is that who she's gonna be?
No,
The
that
character?
doesn't sound right.
Dude, it's gonna be awesome. I think they wanted to go for rated R, but it's gonna go for rated PG-13. But it's
It's
still
on,
gonna be
Dan.
awesome. Is it on?
All right, let's see.
Oh, you
Run
guys-
down Deadpool.
Oh, yeah, dude, I'm a huge Deadpool fan. It's gonna be great.
Well,
Ryan-
name some of the other characters, female.
Oh, I only know two that they. I
So
only.
what's the two?
Well, no, I only know her. I thought Dynamo was gonna be in it, and Deadpool was gonna be in it. He's not a female, so I didn't know any other character. I don't know any of the plot. Anyone could be in it. I heard Wolverine might do a cameo. Sabretooth can be in it. The whole Marvel universe can pretty much be in it, especially the mutant universe side of it.
I know they won't do it, but it would be amazing if they get Spider-Man to be in there because of all the times that Deadpool's basically hitting on Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, well he's a ripoff somewhat because I mean he's not his costume and his humor, but his humor goes far beyond Spider-Man's his like crazy off the wall humor. But yeah, you're right. It won't happen. It'd still be cool though.
All right, so the one I've got here is
She's
Copycat.
Copycat. That's who it was. Because
Yeah.
she's like blue.
Oh, he dated her. Actually, spoiler alert. I don't think maybe she's been seen since then, but Sabretooth killed her when I was reading it. Sabretooth, she's a shapeshifter, and which is pretty awesome. Imagine if your girlfriend was a shapeshifter; she could be anything you wanted her to be. They played with that too a little bit in what is it, X-Men 2, when Mystique changed into Jean Grey and was changing into all these other and like trying to bone Wolverine, and she kept changing to different girls. So who do you want me to be? I can be anything.
I think they even did that in First Class, where
I want you to be gone.
He's all, I want you to be Professor X.
it's like I've got some really specific things here, so this is gonna take a while to explain.
Yeah, he's like, I want you to be Professor X from the waist up, and from the waist down, I want you to be Jubilee.
But however, instead of being bald, you need to have some blue hair in a mohawk, just like Beast.
You know what, guys? We were just talking about how nerdy we were, and we just went off on comics and stopped talking about pussy.
Well, sorry, I changed the subject.
No, Deadpool, dude, I got psyched when I saw that picture. It was awesome. But well, though I think that pretty much.
What that had to do with your dad, though?
No, because I said it was a horrible segue to be talking
Oh.
about my father, than just talk about. Thanks for bringing that up again.
I was just curious.
He's like,
Hi,
"Oh, shit,
Dad."
pretend we forgot that.
No, because I just it's different. Did you like what you saw? Like, did you go, okay, they can work with this?
Well, obviously.
Well, no, but like, so you weren't, because like, okay, like, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger had it right when like the fucking Predator takes off his mask and he's like, "You're one ugly motherfucker." He doesn't, because he's like it's like a pussy face, and he's like, "Holy shit." And what is he? He's like, and he's telling Predator to kill him. He's like, do it already." And he's like, did you look at the vagina, Matt, and go, do it.
I
No?
did it.
Yeah, okay.
Ah,
Well, maybe I told
He's
you
like,
that.
I'm going to kill it with myself.
Right?
it's like
but-
a black hole. It sucks you in.
I'm just saying Arnold Schwarzenegger had it right. It's a horrible thing, but I mean, now I love it.
Yeah, it's one of those things now. It's like, it's worth it.
It's worth all the pain, right? Well, there's the constant scenario, like, why would you trust something that, bled for 3 days and doesn't die, right? That's what everyone says.
Well,
Right?
it's like the Family Guy episode, right?
Yeah.
Where Cleveland's having sex on his anniversary. Have you seen that one?
Possibly.
And
Keep
Peter goes
talking.
over there to stay, and he's like, "Oh, we're
Oh,
upstairs,"
oh,
and he's
yeah.
up there, and he's like, "Ow, ow, ow, ow. When is it my turn?"
Man, and that's the wife he divorced, right? Or she divorced him.
Yeah. Well, she cheated on him.
Oh yeah, with
Quagmire.
oh god, I like that because it has Rocky references in that one. And I asked the girl the opposite. I asked a girl that I know, a friend of mine. I was like, well, "What did you think the first time you saw a dick?" And I think
She's all gross.
she told me she saw it in a magazine, I think, and she had said she had been around horses a lot. And I go, "Well, what is that the first time?" Like, that's not I'm talking about a human dick. I was like, and she was like, "Oh,
She was
she's-
a little disappointed, is what it was.
it was, dude." Her answer was fucking priceless. She was like, "Oh, does it hurt?" And I was like, "Does it hurt?" I was like, "Well, yours looks like it hurts." I was like, "What are you talking about?" I guess maybe she saw it erect and it was like pulsating. I don't know, it's throbbing.
Veins sticking out.
Yeah, like, "Oh, it looks so taut." It's like a drum.
Skin's gonna
Looks
rip
uncomfortable.
open.
Looks so tender. So I think we both. She had the same response that I did, kind of like, "Holy shit! Like, what is this?" Like you get because it's just so different from you. All the girls, like, girls have a whole fucking doctor. There's no dick doctor. I gotta go to the dick doctor today. Girls go to the fucking pussy doctor all the time,
That is very true.
right? Like, imagine,
Yes.
like, "Oh, I got an appointment for the dick doctor."
It's bleeding again.
It's
Well,
insane.
The one big difference is for guys, you just look down and it's like, oh, I can visually see what there's something
Exactly.
wrong here.
That's not. There's
And
a
you're
giant.
touching it.
That's not supposed to be there.
What's up there, little buddy?
No, I get the anatomy of it. All their inner workings are inside of them, but it's like, fuck that. You guys, they say that we have there's an episode of Seinfeld, and they're talking about shrinkage. Even though Matt doesn't like Seinfeld, I'm sure you've heard of it before, right?
The show?
No, the episode where they're talking about shrinkage, like when you go in a
No.
pool and your dick gets all small.
No.
And Elaine, they're talking about it, and Elaine's like, "Really? So it shrinks?" And they go, "Yes." Like, she never knew that happened.
It
And
becomes
she-
a retractable thing.
Yeah, and then she goes like, she looks at them and goes, "I don't know how you guys walk around with those things." She says like that, and the whole crowd starts laughing. But I beg to differ, man. I don't know how these chicks deal with that shit. That's insane.
I will say the one positive there, I would say, would come from the not having an outward expression of you're excited. And there's no like for guys it's like, oh, look at me, it's a flagpole.
No, well, but just imagine girls have to go. I mean, I was married. You have to go and like, well, gotta buy some tampons for the wife. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm not grossed out or I'll do it. But it's like, I don't go to the store and go, I gotta buy the cotton for my dick now. It's insane, right? It's like, fuck.
It's cold out, gotta get him a little hat.
And I know some girls will be like, well, excuse me, mister. She's like, oh, that's the birth canal, and it brings forth all kinds of life, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it's disgusting. Don't get me wrong, that's my goal. My goal is to
It's
get
a muddy river.
So, the one thing I will ask, do you have that fear of like teeth? Vagina dentata.
Oh, did you see that movie?
Yeah, I did.
It's called Teeth. Yeah.
That was a good movie. I actually liked the movie. It was just weird.
Did you see that?
No.
There's a movie called Teeth, and the girl's vagina has teeth.
It's a good movie. I'm not necessarily gonna say it's the best movie in the world, but it's interesting to watch.
They take it kind of somewhat from a serious. There's a little bit of comedy in it, but they try to put a horror standpoint in it, which you would if you put your dick in a girl and it got bitten off, right?
Well, it's like the anti-rape devices in Brazil, right?
Well, yes, I've seen those, but I've commonly asked people before too, like, would you rather have like your pee hole have teeth or your asshole have teeth? And like guys always respond. I think I asked this dude one time, like, would you rather have a little pussy behind your balls or would you rather have your asshole have teeth? Everyone said that they wanted their asshole to have teeth because they couldn't be raped, right? And one guy told me he wanted a little pussy behind his balls, and he grinned when he said he's all, I'd go for the little pussy. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, you're gonna fuck yourself, you sick pervert. And later on, I heard that guy, he had a hot wife. He was always womanizing and dealing with girls, and I don't know if it's true. I heard later on that he was gay. That he turned gay later on. I was like, oh, that's the guy that wanted a
You're
little
like,
pussy.
I knew that a long time ago.
He wanted a little pussy behind his
Yeah.
balls.
Simple question, and I know.
But I'm sounding like I hate women again. My goal is to get a woman to sit on my face usually. So I'm just using it for funny standpoint.
Smell you.
That I can smell. But I think we should wrap up this vagina conversation just with that.
Oh my.
There you go.
I was gonna talk more about it, but I feel dirty, which is what I feel the way all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about too. I had a problem with I had like everyone has fears, right? You guys have fears.
Yeah.
You guys are scared. I had written down here on my piece of paper. One of my fears is losing a limb, and that's like my biggest. Like I know people are afraid of heights and shit like that, but like I like if I always had to feel like I was gonna lose my arm or get in a car wreck, lose my leg, and it scares the shit out of me.
So that movie about that guy where he got his arm stuck in the rock and he had to cut his own arm.
I didn't watch it but okay, you've seen Evil Dead. You guys seen Evil Dead, right? What is it? Yeah, when he lost his hand, like I liked it. I was like, fuck yeah. And then I'm a kid and I'm watching this. I'm like 10, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And when he had to cut off his own hand, I felt his ruined. I'm like, oh, I can't like this character no more. He lost his hand. Which don't get me wrong. Now that I'm an adult, I love that movie, and Ash is an awesome character. But that's one of my biggest fears. And I remember I used to tell my ex-wife, I was like, oh, if I lost my hair, you'd leave me, wouldn't you? I'm like, well, if I lost my foot, you'd leave me, wouldn't you? And I have all those things still, and she left me anyway. But
Go figure.
but no, like yeah. So I think it's like that. Like if I lost my finger, I wouldn't want to ask the girl out. Like I'd be like, I can't ask her out. I have 9 fingers. Is that weird?
But the cool part is there's people out there who that'd be awesome for them. They're like, all right, cool. And depending on which finger you lost, it can be kind of cool because you can say, I'm an assassin. Especially if it's that ring finger. It's like, I'm an assassin from Assassin's Creed.
I don't know. I don't think many girls play Assassin's Creed, and the ones that do are disgusting.
There's a lot more creepy girls out there
There are
nowadays.
a lot of girls at my work that they always connect with me over video games. They're
Yeah.
like, hey, you play video games? You play Assassin's Creed? I'm like, a little bit. They're like, oh, it's my favorite game in the world. Okay.
No, well, see, because then I talked about that at work actually, and then I was I want to say it was Vice. There's some kind of disorder. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but people that cut off their limbs, they feel that it doesn't belong to them, and they were telling a story. A guy cut off his leg from the knee down, and his whole life it bothered the shit out of him. He felt like it didn't belong. It felt like it wasn't supposed to be there. And they talk about how it's a huge disorder and people have to go like to Mexico and crazy places to get the operation done because you just can't go to the doctor and say, please take off my arm. And they don't do it. You know what I mean? So he got it done. He got it done illegally. And he talks about how his life is better now that he's an amputee. And he doesn't feel it that way. He felt like it was extra.
It's a BIID.
BIID.
It's a body integrity identity disorder.
Yeah, and he said that it didn't fit to his idea. Having the 2 legs didn't. It felt like it was extra. It felt like it was alien to him, which
Yeah.
is insane because like, your arm is your arm, and they say like when you lose your arm, you get those phantom pains, right? Like you
Right.
you feel like it's still there. So it's dude, that's my huge fear when I heard about this people that are going out and doing it themselves. I was like, oh, maybe it's like that body. Is it not body dysmorphia? But when people have to like cut themselves and do crazy piercings to feel better. You know what I mean? They put those horns.
Body modification.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put the horns in their head. They put those ball bearings in their heads. And did you guys see it? Like in Japan, they're putting those donuts in their foreheads.
Yeah, they inject saline in them.
Yeah.
Place their thumb in the middle.
And it looks like a donut underneath the skin of your head. And it's like, I thought it was
Sounds
like
pretty
that.
good right now. Don't it?
Donut, a forehead donut.
Forehead donut. It's like bacon, but so much better.
It would just put bacon in there. You'd figure your body would absorb it, right?
All right, if you're gonna go down the fear level though, my biggest fear, and this is the weirdest thing, like I'll stand up to almost anything, but if it's like me being alone,
Except the
I'll
vagina.
freak out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I would stand up. I would lay down for that one.
Oh, hey,
But,
yeah.
No, but like
Thank you. I just went over you. I like that one. Go ahead.
all right, so for me, it's being alone, and I don't mean alone in the sense of there's other humans in the world and I'm just not near them. For me, it's there's absolutely no one else. And this came from when I was a kid. I got left home one day and, like, you know, my family, my mom had divorced my dad at this point, and it was just me and her. So she's at work, and, you know, I'm not old enough to really stay by myself, but I'm staying by myself.
Uh-huh.
And so I got sick one day, and she left me alone at home because she knew I could take care of myself.
Diarrhea.
And I woke up, and the electricity's off. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, whatever. The circuit breaker broke or something. So I go outside.
That's a rational child.
Well, it happened a lot. Or we didn't.
I'm not Jesus Christ. The lights are on. I'm going blind.
It was that, or we didn't pay the bill, which happened
Okay,
every once in
yeah.
a while too.
I can sympathize.
So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So I walk outside, and there's nobody out there. Like, I don't hear the dogs barking. I don't hear anything. So I've got my dog, who's a beagle, and she's, like, not even doing her normal thing where she wants to smell other people. So I go around the neighborhood. She just stands next to me. I'm like, this is weird. So then we go to, and then I go back inside, and power's off. So I'm like, all right, this is weird. So I call my mom on the phone. So I dial the number, and
Yes.
it goes, deet, 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 like it's busy. I'm like, all right, that's weird. I was like, all right, maybe she's getting a call. So then I call my grandma. Deet, 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 deet. I was like, all right, this
Granny.
is weirder. I was like, I'll page my dad. My dad had a pager before where he worked. I was
Yeah.
like, all right. Deet, 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 deet. I'm like, all right, this is really weird. So I
We're
panicked.
sorry, but there is a killer outside waiting for you.
It's like, we're sorry. The world has ended. You are alone.
You thought it was Armageddon.
Well, I couldn't figure out what happened, so I called 911 because I was starting to panic.
What?
I dialed 911. Deet, deet, deet,
At that point, you're all.
You're all, fuck.
Oh shit. Here, I'll let you talk. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, straight up, that's what I thought. I was like, what the hell happened? So I live nearby, like, a major intersection.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool.
So
I'm
you
just gonna
went
run
running
up.
in there,
Running through it.
ah,
Straight.
flailing your arms. Jesus Christ!
That's what I wanted to do, but I'm like, no, I gotta stay calm. I walked out to this intersection, maybe like 2-3 blocks away, and I stood there and I waited. And I waited for 15 minutes, and a car never went past. I never saw
What?
another human being. Never saw a car.
This is New Mexico.
Yeah. It's
Makes
not like a
sense.
big,
Where in
big
New Mexico?
intersection, but like big intersection.
Roswell.
Is this Berlin
No, it's
or
Rio-
Bernalillo?
Area
No,
51.
Rio Rancho.
Rio Rancho?
Yeah,
sense?
it's basically there was a intersection towards where Rio Rancho High School is, Broadmoor and High Resort.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, fairly busy back then. It wasn't so much because Rio Rancho High School wasn't there. But I stood there and I'm watching Northern. I'm watching all these other roads, going, I don't see crap. I freaked out. I ran home. I'm not gonna lie. When I was a little kid, I was a chicken shit.
Oh,
I
of
was
course.
afraid of everything. I cried. I climbed in the tub. I got out my Sega Game Gear, and I had a TV tuner. And I went to the news station because that's the only way I could assume people were still alive.
Huh.
So my mom comes home, and I'm in the tub, all wrapped up. I have the dog in the tub with me.
Foil around your head.
No foil, but there's blankets. And she's like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, everybody was gone. You all abandoned me. And ever since then, I'm terrified of being alone.
So what was the deal? What was wrong with the phone?
So when I told my mom about it, my dad came and looked. And so somebody had been digging up for cable in the area. And they must have clipped the line. and that caused issues.
Oh.
And then there's something going on where they were blocking traffic out a little bit further. So like all of this had
It's a perfect scenario.
Yeah, everything went perfect for sick little Daniel.
Just to ruin your life for
Yes.
there on out.
So to this day, like as long as I know there's people in the world, I'm happy. So like if I can watch Twitch, I can watch people playing League of Legends, I can watch people playing other games, I'm cool. I'm good. But the minute I don't have access to being able to talk to someone, I'll start freaking out. I'll just drive to like a mall and sit there and go, okay, there's humans.
Like I was alone a lot as a kid. I'm not like there's people around, but they weren't talking to me, so I would talk to myself. So I talk a lot now. Do you think that's why you talk a lot, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well,
I talk to somebody.
Real quick,
Jesus
were you an
Christ.
only child?
Hey, Matt. Matt's here.
Hi, Matt. I will say this. I was an only child, so I talk a lot because of that.
No, I talk a lot because I was talking to myself. How about you, Matt?
Hi.
But okay, I'm afraid of losing a limb. This man is afraid of being alone, and Matthew is afraid of nothing. He's a man without fear.
I'm afraid of reptiles.
Oh, you kind of mentioned that the other day.
Yeah.
You just told me you didn't like them though. You didn't like the way they felt.
I don't.
What'd you do if you woke up and your shaft was all scaly like a reptile? Huh?
I would have the BIID.
Huh? What would you do?
Oh, it would be
You
cool.
cut it off.
Yeah.
But that would be kind of cool. Imagine if your dick was a cobra and it would just had a hood and it would go back and forth like that and strike.
You got the little whistle.
Yeah, and you would need a cobra dick if you're gonna deal with those filthy vaginas. You gotta strike them. And they'd call you Cobra Commander. You do porn, Matt. Like, here comes Cobra Commander. Yeah. No?
I don't,
Okay, wait. Matthew's fear. Yeah, so you don't like reptiles.
I
Sorry.
don't like reptiles.
I had to take the Matthew's fear and talk about his dick.
I really don't have any stories like you guys.
You think you afraid they're gonna bite you?
No, textures. I
Bite
don't like
you?
texture.
So is that like, do you like not foods because of texture sometimes?
No, I really haven't had any problem with.
We had Matt's
foods.
laying on the couch actually, and I'm holding a notepad, and he's hugging a pillow. Like,
He's starting to
Is
problem.
this where I take off my pants?
when did a lizard fuck you?
I was about 3.
So, all right, I will ask this one because it kind of goes along with that. For the texture thing, have you ever done the thing where you rub your fingers across the top
Roof?
of a roof?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's all
that just gives me
sketchy.
chills. I hate
Does
that
it?
feeling. Anything that's like
Why?
microfiber, I hate microfiber.
Oh, microfiber I hate because it sticks to me.
Yeah, that freaks me out. I'm like, oh, get off me.
One time, a buddy of mine, he hadn't gone down on a girl yet, and he asked me, "So what was it like?" And I go, "You know what, man? It doesn't taste like this." I'm like, "Oh, but get your tongue and rub it on the inside of your cheek." And he did, and I like, "All right." And I go, "That's pretty close." I thought, "It's pretty close."
Back to sex.
Well, no, we're talking about textures. I think
Oh.
women
Oh.
love a veiny shaft. They want to feel that texture. I want my woman to know exactly how many veins I have on my dick. That's how you know she loves you.
See, except my
You
wife,
have one
that's
more
her
than
favorite.
usual. What's going on?
Exactly. He's like, my man usually has 12. Last night he had 13. He was a little excited.
He's a little upset. It's going on his forehead now.
Isn't that why they make condoms with texture?
Yeah.
Because they simulate veins?
Yeah.
Let's
pretty
do it,
much.
guys. Let's make condoms with veins on them so that the women love them.
Here, I'll show you something. I told.
Oh, don't take it out. Don't.
You have to see this.
Don't do
I-
it, man. You gotta let me show
I have to show you. I was telling a guy at work the other day, and he could not stop laughing.
Oh, Matt took it out.
Well, it's floppy right now.
Well, let me blow it up for you.
The bad part is it gets sadder and sadder as you get older and older.
Oh no, like I said, I'm the eldest here, and I'm good to go. I'm ready and steady, rock steady.
Oh, okay, so I will say for the veins thing, that would be my wife's fear. She is terrified of veins. Like if you even talk about pulling out like blood or something.
Yeah.
Like that, oh, she'll leave the room.
You know what I noticed when I was a kid? My mom had like the veins in the back of her hand. And I remember as a little kid, like holding her hand and just
You,
like,
squish 'em?
yeah, and I would squish them and smash them around. I'm like, oh, my mom's gross. And but yeah, like I could see that. They're like tender, sensitive, so I can see that.
Well, see, there's the one thing I can't quite get about my wife is why she's afraid of them. But it's one of those.
She's afraid they're gonna pop.
Yeah,
A cousin of mine was born with like a burst vein.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember when she was younger, you could touch it and it was warm, and then now that she's older, it's cold. It's weird.
Does it go to her heart?
I don't know. What are you gonna show me, Matt? It is in the, it's in her thigh, and don't you have like that main artery?
Yeah, the femoral.
Yeah, but I think she's fine. What?
The one thing I will say you gotta be careful of when you talk about that stuff with some people. Like when I grew up as a kid, my mom would like leave Discovery Channel on, and my favorite thing when we lived in
Sit with the
California,
babysitter.
eyeballs.
Eyeballs?
Watching eyeball surgery, oh, it's the coolest thing in the world to me.
My ex-wife got LASIK.
Really?
She got it in Mexico. it was Mexico City, and I know that doesn't sound any better to anyone, but that's like the third largest city in the world.
Yeah.
Matt is showing me, is that a Hulk dick?
Yes, it is.
Matt is
sir.
showing me an Incredible Hulk dildo, and you know what? That's not the Incredible Hulk's dick. That, you know what that is? That's the Incredible Hulk's dick in the first phase of transforming, because the Incredible Hulk's dick has to be bigger than that.
Wow, and it is on sale right now.
How much?
This price $106.90.
Is it rubber?
Price now $61.07.
Does it break down what it's made of?
Let's find out. Description.
Gamma rays. It's the Hulk.
All right, so with an incredible 8.2-inch girth and a 7.6-inch insertable length, this heavily textured dildo will deliver smashing orgasms over and over.
Oh,
And
do tell
over.
more, Dan.
And
It's
over.
made in America of solid platinum premium silicone.
Thank you, Dan, for that information.
I wish we had some slow music to go in the background.
We do. I don't. I'm looking at my buttons here. I don't have shit.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, that's just freaky as shit.
What?
I think, man.
What? What?
He has a double-sided fisting.
Why did you
dildo.
continue shopping?
He's,
don't know.
he's I'm just adding to cart right now.
It
Guess
says
what, Matt?
buy
You just
now,
ordered that.
One button press. I'm just buying things.
Matt's wife's gonna see the bill and go, "What the fuck do you got planned?" Wait. Do you know what that's from?
There you go.
Yeah, have you ever seen what that song is from?
No.
There's like a misshapen Indian guy with like no arms or legs dancing to that saxophone.
What?
It's pretty cool. But it works still. It's kind of a sexy song. But no, what were we talking? Fears. And Matt's afraid of fucking reptiles.
What can I say?
Wow. Well, you know what? We could combine ours because most reptiles can regrow their limbs. So I like reptiles, Matt, because they can regrow their limbs. That'd be a badass thing to do.
It's not natural.
What would happen
Natural.
if your arm was cut off, turned into a lizard, and then you were the last person on Earth? That would be the worst of all fears.
I think you need to be closer to your mic.
Whatever.
I think.
I just shout louder.
I think it would be a horrible, horrible disorder if you had the BIID and you cut off your limb and it grows back.
Yeah, he's like, sure. That would be Twilight Zone episode, right? Twilight Zone episode
Fuck,
201.
What the hell?
You wake up in the morning, you're like, why did my arm come back?
I you know what? It probably says a lot about me. It probably says that I'm like into the way I look because dude, like if I lost an ear, like one of my favorite wrestlers is missing an ear, Mick Foley, Mankind, and he has a beautiful wife, he has kids, he's really successful, he's rich, and he continues to write books and do comedy, stand-up comedy, and he lost an ear, and if I lost an ear, I'd feel horrible. I'd go into deep depression if I lost something like that. I couldn't handle it. I don't know.
One of those, it's like, do you want the prosthetic? No, I'm just okay.
Oh,
with
it doesn't look the same. You know, the only thing that you can maybe like if you're like Lance Armstrong and you lost like your nut, you could like put a silicone one in there.
Your nut.
Yeah, you lost your nut. Like I never lose my
Make
nut.
sure I'm gonna get them replaced with something smaller.
I'm
because
always
smaller potatoes
busting
make the steak
nuts.
look bigger.
And then another question I wanted to ask you, fellas. Moving on from fears, because I'm filled with fears. The fear of the vagina, the fear of losing a limb. I know, like, okay, like Matt, if I came up to you and I go, hey man, guess what? I got a girlfriend. And you're like, oh really? Like, cool, man. I didn't know you were talking to anyone or seeing anybody. I was like, yeah, man. Like, I'll introduce you one of these days. And like, say I came over here to your house and I brought her. And like, hey Matt, I want you to meet.
Is this a dude looks like a lady?
No, like, I want you to meet like Rebecca. And like, she was obviously, and she's like, hello, Matt. And you're like, oh, hey, how are you? And she's like,
I'm doing just fine.
I'm good. And like, what I'm trying to get at is that she's slow. What? Okay, I can't remember what I was watching. No, I was listening to the radio, and they said that a man was deemed unfit to get married, and it was because he was like had dementia.
Right.
And so, say I was good to this woman, I didn't take advantage of her, you know. But is it just because she's slow, or am I taking advantage of her? Like, it's like against the law, right? Like, you can't date a slow person, right? Or can you?
So I think
I don't.
That's what I'm asking. Like, say she was of age. I'm 32. She was 31.
So
She-
just to be clear, you have something lined up right now. You need to find out if it's legal.
I need
So-
confirmation. No. I just.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
But no. But you all. Because okay. There's.
Now, if she's like rich, then people might have a problem with it.
Yeah. Okay. No. I'm talking because at our work. There's some customers that go, and I don't know if you ever seen them, but they go to where we work, and one of them is like 6'2", and he's married. I don't know if he's married, but it's obviously his girlfriend. She's a midget. She's like up to his knee. Well, a little person. I don't know what to say, but yeah, she's like up to his knee, and I don't think people think he's taking advantage of her unless she's rich, like Matt says, right?
Well, I think there's a different, like, it's not a mental disorder necessarily at that point. That's more physical.
Yeah.
When it comes to, I don't know, I think for a lot of people, when it comes to, like, mental disorders like that, it's one of those, what level? Because if it's just their, you know, maybe they have Asperger's.
Asperger's.
They got Asperger's or they've got autism.
No.
Like, at that point, you know, I don't think it's an issue there, but, like, if they are so developmentally disabled that it's like, at that point, you are taking advantage of them, I think that is where the family might be able to step in.
Well, no disrespect. I sympathize, dude. I remember when we go do an ultrasound. I have for my son when he was still inside his mother. They do a test, like they measure your brainstem, like at a certain stage of the pregnancy, and if it's a certain like centimeter or something, it's like you're gonna have Down syndrome or something like that. Like you're gonna be slow. And I was nervous. Like they ask you these questions. Go, do you have any history of Down syndrome or any of this? And like, no. I'm like, everyone's stupid, but we're not.
We're dumb, but we're not that dumb.
Yeah, everyone's a fucking moron. So I'm not trying to make light of the situation. Yeah, it does suck. And I did work at a facility where the kids were a little slow, but it is. And thankfully, my son is not. He's just a jerk like his dad. But no, it's it's some of the kids I worked with. Some of them were obviously mentally challenged.
Right.
But some of the kids just weren't so bright. Like they had lower IQs, but they knew what was going on. They were just, they had the mentality of kind of like a kid,
Right.
kind of. Even though they were like teenagers, but they had the mentality like an 8-year-old. So I guess that comes into question, right? So she's 31, has the mentality of a 10-year-old, right?
Does that turn you on?
No, see, and that's where this question gets like iffy and scary. But I just, it popped into my head, and I was like, oh, well, what if you were good to her? Like, what if you treated her right and like were nice to her? You know, like, obviously that'd be something that I guess be held up to a judge. A judge would have to decide whether or not if you were a dick or not, like taking advantage of her. I think ultimately, but then too, if you're a regular adult male, like, oh, well, what are you attracted to, you jerk? You're being you're doing perverted things to this person. This is horrible, right?
I will say the one thing I remember at some point somebody said was that love is love no matter what the boundaries.
True.
But at some point, I think there might be that point where you're like, I feel a little uncomfortable about this combination of this person and this person for whatever reason. And I'm not saying, okay, now that I say that, it sounds like really horrible.
I just thought it'd be a good argument because you can say like because you can love somebody and like I said, okay, you love somebody that's missing a limb.
For
You know
you,
what
that'd be tough, but could you?
But no, I'm just saying like, okay, like, well, what, like, why do you like this girl? She doesn't have 2 legs. You know what I mean? Someone could say like, well, why do you like this girl? She's over there eating dog food. Like, oh, I told her it was cereal. Like,
Joke's on her.
I didn't want to go to the grocery store. So you know what I mean? It's like, I just thought it's like interesting. I guess overall now that I talked to you about it, guys, I guess it's wrong. I guess pretty much because you could date a dumb girl. I mean, a girl come on, girls have said some dumb shit. Right?
Some of them are just flat out dumb.
Well, no, because dude, women are smarter than me. My sister's smarter than me. But I just think that women lacks most of the time some common sense.
I will say at my work, they tend to. They've started doing this thing that
These guys are married. They don't say nothing. They go, nope, I don't agree with you.
So at my work, they'll do this thing where if you say something that normally most people say, oh, yeah, that was a blonde thing, they'll come look at you and say, you're so pretty, and like, pat you on the shoulder and walk away. I
Thank you.
think it's one of those things that it's like, I don't know. It just reminds me of Zoolander. It's like, which the lady in that one be taking advantage of the Zoolander?
I hate Ben Stiller.
Yeah, that's something you should probably. He hates a lot of things.
I've never seen that
Okay.
movie.
Next time we'll have a list for
No,
you,
no,
so
no,
you
no,
So
won't
no.
here,
hit
I'll
certain
add
subjects.
the one that most people don't quite agree with me on is I'm not a big fan of Adam Sandler.
Oh,
Sorry,
I agree.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Connect on that one.
Fuck that guy.
I'm a fan of like his earlier movies.
I like his
that.
albums when I was in middle school because they appeal to that kind of mentality, to a middle school kid.
Don't you have that still?
I think I have it. Actually, I have it like on tape. I think.
No, I meant the mentality.
Oh,
That's
well,
why he
yeah.
said he
Well,
still enjoys
judging by this podcast today, yes.
Yeah, I still have it on tape, and it's on digital now.
it. All right, now that I can cross this off on crayon, what other icky things can we talk about?
No, but yeah. Again, women are fucking smarter than me. There are plenty of women that make more money than me. There are plenty of women that went to college and I didn't. But it just seems like they don't rationale. There you go. There it is. Rationality, right, guys? Uh-oh. We got okay, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
But no, yeah, I think being rational, man. Like, I don't think they got that right, do they?
I guess it depends on the people you've been around. I've lucked out that a lot of the women I've known and I've met have been really, really like heads and tails above me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have met the ones where I had to have a conversation with them about, no, you can't get pregnant from just touching it. That was a fun conversation.
It's
to have with
awesome.
somebody.
I hope you won.
I've never had that conversation.
No, that conversation had to be had.
from sucking
I was 15. Actually, I take that back. So I'm going to back
Oh,
it up.
we're backing
I
up.
was 15
Backing it up.
when that happened, and it was one of those. It was like, how do you not understand this? Like, did you not get taught anything in school?
They
But-
teach you how to
It's like
suck it in school.
it's like this isn't what is it?
School
This
you
isn't
go
like
to.
I'm an alien. It's like, oh, stretch over it. You're pregnant. How this
So,
works.
so your new timeline is 15.
Oh no! Let me give you. I'm gonna give you.
Well, no, that was my first interaction with one was about that age.
Let me give you an example. An example would be like my like okay, I would say, damn it, I just lost it because you were talking about sucking things. Okay, I would say to a girl, like, well, okay, I would be like, okay, me and Matt were just discussing with someone that we at work, because today was supposed to be about work, we didn't get to it, who cares, it's awesome. But Matt would tell me, like, this guy's being a jerk, and I'd be like, well, let's go talk to him. Let's go tell him, hey man, why you a jerk? Like, what's the deal? You know, like, not confront him, not be confrontational, but just be like, try to talk it out. Let's be rational about this. Let's figure it out. Maybe we could come to some kind of agreement. Or a girl will be like, that's a nice shirt you're wearing today, and then she walks away.
That's a fucking ugly shirt.
I can't believe that bitch is wearing that shit. She looks like a fucking whore, right? So it's like that, right? You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, I could see that one. Because I had to have a conversation with one of my associates where I work. That the way you pronounce certain words changes the sentence. So, hey
True.
Matt, you look great today.
Yeah.
But I didn't yesterday.
Or hey, you look great today.
Dude, you should start doing that. You should start doing that at work. That'd be great.
I'm gonna do that with one person only.
Not me. No, but so, I don't know. I don't know why I'm picking on girls today.
That's every episode.
No.
That's why episode 2 is so good, because it's not about it.
And no. Like I said, bazillion women smarter than me, bazillion women that make more money than me. I just think they're not very rational at times. It's kind of strange. I remember arguing with my ex-wife, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go. I need to get away from you and chill out. You know, I'll be back. That would make it worse because I was leaving. You coward! It's like
Yeah?
I want to kill you right now. I'm gonna leave. Like I don't. We're arguing. It's no longer a conversation. You know what I mean? We're not making any solutions. So I'd go take a walk and I'd come back, and then maybe I'd cool down. You cool down, and we can actually figure it out. She didn't see it that way. She saw it as me always leaving when things got hard. Yeah, you agreed with her. You dick.
No,
Dan,
no.
I liked you. I liked you.
Let's get ready to rumble!
That's what I was trying to avoid.
No, I was just gonna say. I guess mine's also. I've had weird relationships up to this point in my life, and my wife right now is the exact opposite. I'm the one who wants to talk it out. Let's go with our feelings, and she's like, "No,
Get away from
leave
me.
me alone. I will deal with this for a few minutes, and I'll be good." And I'm like, "Okay, but I want to talk this out." She's like, "No, you don't talk in my family. That's the anti thing."
You know what you do when you have this conversation?
Hmm.
You should probably load this up on your phone, and then when you argue this. You should just sit there and just.
Everything is awesome.
Yes.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything
And then you go.
is awesome.
Except for right now.
We were we were all bobbing our heads when that came on. We were like, yeah, it is.
the best song ever.
No, man, it went from dating a slow girl to
To irrationality.
yes, so there you go. Thank you for clarifying that, guys. It is wrong to date a slow person.
I'm glad we could help you out. So don't do it. Just let her go.
Now he has his phone out. He's texting. Sorry, I can't.
Just let her go out free. Let her roam.
We got like 5 minutes left, but we were supposed to talk about work, but I think it's a good thing we didn't. Thank you, Dan, because
It's probably really good.
yeah, because work has kind of been stressful, but
Well, we can next time we
We
can.
can talk about it whenever we want, but I'm
Well,
just
we
saying.
might have someone else next week.
Oh,
next time.
oh yeah,
Maybe.
that's true.
I don't know. You have to talk to her.
I'm kind of
Dan, you're always welcome to come.
You are, dude.
So if
it's
you want to come every freaking week, you can.
yeah, it's the Dan
And
show.
mate, this is a lot of fun. So
Dude, this is probably gonna be like I said. I want you to listen to episode 2 when you get a chance, Dan. But this is probably be right after it, cause the other one, the last one, I kind of lagged. I was like fucking dropping the ball on that, like I do with the promotion. I've been trying to promote the fuck out of this thing, and I can't. Well, the most I can, and I can't really. I don't fuck good, guys.
I'll make Dan an admin and he can do it.
Yeah, well, I guess, man, you'd probably be better at me. I don't know what else, but you could look at my posts and you tell me what I'm doing wrong.
He'll tell you everything.
My posts are pretty rough.
So the biggest issue I'm going to say there is I'm horrible with social media. However, the fun part is like that social engagement part. There's that part of my brain that's like, wait, I do this at work every day. I could do this.
No, I think what I post is interesting.
It is.
And people don't really seem to. I think they're afraid to like it because if they like it, people will know that they like it. That's what I think. But I'll give you an example. I posted it was a skull, and someone had taken their toenail clippings and made an entire like a plate-sized skull out of their toenail clippings. And it's just a cool image to look at. You just go, oh, that's gross and cool at the same time. So I don't know why people wouldn't take the time to press the button to say like, but it's something you don't see every day. That's why I thought it was kind of cool.
Well, one thing I have to be a little bit more careful of, because I did like one of my friends had put a picture of his computer setup that he had at home, showed it, had it on there. I liked it. Well, one of my other friends
Gave out his address.
yeah, almost. So one of my other friends who was watching my Facebook post doesn't know this guy at all. Says, "Oh my God, that's an amazing computer." And then his friend who sees that goes, "I don't even know you, and I love your computer." And then my other friend comes back because he used to be an EMT, or he knows EMTs and he's gone through that training. He's like, and he has a vein that you could just stick with an IV any day of the week. So the guy who owns the computer's like, well, please don't steal all my blood. And the first response is, no promises. So after that, I'm like, now I got to pay attention to what I thumbs up because this can go wrong quickly.
No, it can. You listen to episode 1 and 2,
Okay.
and you'll hear about all my problems with Facebook. But it's quite a bit.
Yes.
I'm gonna run through the gamut right away because we do have some loyal listeners. So I want to say hi to Jennifer. I want to say hi to Adam. I want to say hi to Lorraine. And I already said hi to my dad. And I say hi to my cousin Rachel. And I think that's it.
Well, you were talking about inviting Adam, right?
Yes, I want Adam to come. I don't know. I was thinking about calling him to have him phone in to be our first phone in.
We gotta get the phone into work first.
Oh, I thought we had it lit. But
We
okay,
might.
we'll figure that. You'll figure that out, man.
Yes, sir.
But no, I definitely wanted to have him on because he had me on his and he gave me like the inspiration to even want to do this at all. But I just didn't want to. I felt like a dick asking him to drive out to Rio Rancho. Like I feel he's like, what is in it for me? And you go, well, it's in for you. He's not that kind of guy. He's not. But I feel bad. Like drive out here. I just feel like a dick.
It's like, welcome to Rio Rancho. It is here.
I'm gonna give him the option. Go, we can call you. Please, you're welcome to come. But if you just wanna call it in, it's cool, man. But maybe Adam is not like that. He's Adam the Machine Merrick. He's the voice of DWO. He's the voice of the voiceless. That man doesn't phone anything in. He's always ready. He's always on his game.
Like,
You guys
you
don't
open the door. He's right outside right now.
I know, right? But yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna have Adam on.
Okay.
Cool. Yes.
All right. Well, I guess we're done.
Yeah. Well, no, it was fun, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
You're
I'll
cool,
do this
man.
again.
And hi, Matt. I guess. Bye.
Bye. Louder, Dan. Louder.
Well, okay, well, I was trying to make sense.